Building upon this foundational understanding, the narrative delves deeper into the intricate web of corporate manipulation, unveiling the second, insidious compliment: "No one else could have done what you did." This seemingly innocuous praise, delivered with an air of profound admiration, is a potent psychological tool designed to activate a powerful sense of identity attachment within the recipient. By linking an individual's value directly to their extraordinary performance, this compliment subtly creates a trap, making it exceedingly difficult to decline future requests, without feeling as though one is betraying their own carefully cultivated reputation and self-worth. The story illustrates how, once an employee's identity becomes intertwined with being the only one capable of such exceptional feats, the very thought of saying no becomes an internal conflict, a perceived threat to their professional standing and personal integrity. The counter-strategy, a nuanced yet effective defense against this particular manipulation, is not to outright reject the praise, which could be seen as ungracious, but rather to accept it gracefully while simultaneously redistributing the credit. By responding with a phrase like, "Thank you, I want to make sure we document this so the team can replicate it," the exceptionalism, the unique burden placed upon the individual, is subtly diffused. This clever maneuver transforms a singular, isolating achievement into a replicable process, a shared success that benefits the entire team, thereby eliminating the manipulative pressure. The narrative then progresses to the third, equally insidious compliment: "I already told leadership you are ready for this." This particular phrase is a masterstroke in creating a false promotion ladder, a phantom opportunity that ensnares the unsuspecting employee. The individual finds themselves endorsed for a role or responsibility they never explicitly agreed to, a commitment made on their behalf without their consent. The psychological burden here is immense, as refusing this opportunity now feels like an act of career sabotage, a direct affront to the leadership's perceived confidence in their abilities. The fear of appearing ungrateful or unready, of jeopardizing future prospects, can compel individuals to accept roles they are ill-prepared for or simply do not desire. The recommended counter, a testament to strategic thinking, is not to outright refuse, but to ask for clarity and structure. "That is great to hear. Can you share the timeline and formal criteria for this transition?" This response does not reject the premise, but rather demands documentation and a clear process, elements that manipulators, by their very nature, assiduously avoid. The story emphasizes that manipulators thrive in ambiguity, in the absence of written records, and that requesting formal criteria is akin to holding a mirror to their deceptive tactics. Each of these compliments, the narrative reveals, adheres to a consistent blueprint, a pattern of bestowing status while simultaneously attaching invisible, burdensome conditions. The overarching defense, therefore, is never to outright reject the praise itself, as that would be counterproductive and potentially damaging to professional relationships. Instead, the true art of self-preservation lies in the ability to deftly separate the compliment from the commitment. It is about accepting the flattering words with grace and appreciation, but strategically delaying any immediate action or agreement. The key is to request a paper trail, to demand formal documentation and clear processes, thereby stripping the manipulative compliment of its coercive power. This approach ensures that decisions are made based on objective criteria and personal volition rather than on manufactured urgency or psychological debt. As the camera slowly pulls back through the glass door, revealing the boardroom, the lights begin to turn off one by one, symbolizing the end of another corporate day and the quiet, often unseen, battles fought within its walls. The scene fades to black, leaving the viewer with a profound sense of the subtle complexities and hidden agendas that permeate the modern professional landscape. This segment, Corporate Mind Games, concludes with a promise of further insights, teasing the next episode, which will decode the email structures that compel people to agree before they have even finished reading the message. The call to action to subscribe is subtly woven into the narrative's closing moments, reinforcing the ongoing journey into the intricacies of corporate psychology. The final image is a black screen, punctuated by a minimalist logo and an amber light, accompanied by a lingering silence, allowing the weight of the revealed truths to settle. This powerful conclusion underscores the series' commitment to empowering individuals with the knowledge and tools to navigate the often treacherous waters of corporate interactions, transforming them from unwitting pawns into strategic players. The journey continues, promising to unravel more layers of manipulation, equipping viewers with the wisdom to protect their autonomy and advance their careers effectively. Building on the unsettling revelation that targeted praise was a strategic maneuver, our protagonist Alex began to see through the corporate veil. The initial shock of realizing that trust was a tool, not a genuine sentiment, fueled a deeper investigation into the subtle deceptions. Alex soon uncovered more insidious layers of corporate manipulation, cleverly disguised as sincere compliments. One particularly pervasive tactic involved phrases like, "No one else could have done what you did," delivered with an air of profound admiration. These words, seemingly innocuous, were designed to activate a powerful sense of identity attachment within the recipient. They made refusal of subsequent requests feel like a personal betrayal, a tarnishing of one's hard-earned reputation. Alex learned that the effective counter-strategy wasn't to reject the praise outright, which could appear ungrateful or arrogant. Instead, it involved gracefully accepting the compliment while immediately redistributing the credit to the team or process. This was often followed by meticulously documenting the entire procedure, ensuring its replicability by others. By doing so, Alex stripped away the manufactured exceptionalism, demonstrating that success was systemic, not solely individual. This approach subtly undermined the manipulator's attempt to isolate and burden one person. Another common and highly effective tactic was the seemingly exciting declaration, "I already told leadership you are ready for this." This phrase, often whispered conspiratorially, created a false sense of an impending promotion or significant career advancement. It implied that a refusal to take on the opportunity would be tantamount to career sabotage, a rejection of a pre-approved path. The pressure was immense, making employees feel trapped into accepting additional, often uncompensated responsibilities. Alex discovered that the most potent defense against this particular manipulation was to ask for concrete details. This meant requesting a clear structure for the new role, defined timelines for its implementation, and formal criteria for success. Manipulators, Alex observed, consistently shied away from documentation and formal processes. Their power lay in ambiguity and implied promises, not in transparent, verifiable commitments. The moment a request for a paper trail was made, their enthusiasm often waned, and the opportunity frequently dissolved. The overarching lesson Alex gleaned from these experiences was profound and unsettling. These seemingly flattering compliments were never truly unconditional. They always granted status with invisible strings attached. Each "you're the only one" or "no one else could" came with an unspoken expectation of increased workload or unquestioning compliance. The true defense against these corporate mind games lay in a nuanced approach. It required separating the compliment from the commitment, appreciating the words without immediately accepting the implied burden, accepting the praise, acknowledging the kind words, but delaying any concrete action was crucial, and, most importantly, always requesting a paper trail for any significant new responsibility. This strategy not only protected Alex from exploitation, but also began to expose the manipulative patterns to others. The subtle art of corporate flattery, once a powerful weapon, was slowly being disarmed by awareness and strategic delay. Alex realized that true value came from transparent processes, not from whispered promises or psychological debt. This newfound understanding transformed Alex's approach to workplace interactions, fostering a more critical perspective. The corporate landscape, once a confusing maze of unspoken rules, now appeared clearer, its traps more visible. Alex began to share these insights cautiously with trusted colleagues, planting seeds of similar awareness. The goal was not to foster cynicism, but to cultivate a healthier, more equitable work environment for everyone. The journey from naive acceptance to strategic defense was ongoing, but the path was now illuminated. Alex understood that vigilance was key, as these mind games were constantly evolving, adapting to new defenses. The ability to discern genuine appreciation from manipulative flattery became an invaluable skill. It empowered Alex to navigate the corporate world with greater integrity and less susceptibility to exploitation. The initial feeling of being chosen had transformed into a profound understanding of corporate dynamics. This knowledge was a shield, protecting against the subtle pressures designed to extract unpaid labor and loyalty. Alex's experience served as a quiet testament to the power of critical thinking in the workplace. It underscored that true leadership fosters growth, not psychological indebtedness, among its employees. The battle against strategic flattery was not about confrontation, but about intelligent, measured responses. Each delayed commitment, each request for documentation, chipped away at the manipulator's control. Alex's journey was a microcosm of a larger struggle, one where employees sought respect beyond mere words. The narrative highlighted the importance of self-preservation in environments that often demand self-sacrifice. It was a quiet revolution, fought with discernment and a refusal to be psychologically manipulated. The lessons learned were not just for personal gain, but for the collective good of a more aware workforce. Alex's transformation from a compliant employee to a strategic player was complete. The corporate world's mind games were no longer an enigma, but a solvable puzzle. This newfound clarity allowed Alex to contribute effectively without falling prey to subtle coercion. The protagonist's story became a quiet guide for others facing similar corporate challenges. It demonstrated that empowerment comes from understanding the unspoken rules of engagement. The subtle art of navigating corporate flattery became a cornerstone of Alex's professional philosophy. This journey underscored the importance of separating genuine recognition from manipulative tactics. Alex's experience served as a powerful reminder that not all praise is created equal. The ability to critically assess compliments became a vital skill for career longevity and well-being. Ultimately, Alex learned to thrive, not just survive, in the complex corporate ecosystem. The corporate mind games were still present, but their power over Alex had been effectively neutralized. This ongoing vigilance ensured that true value, not manufactured obligation, defined Alex's professional contributions.